Well, good morning, everybody. Let's just make sure I've got this one up. Yes, that was ready to go. So let's just pop that one up on the screen. Kathleen Zellner tweeted this and then removed it. A mistake? I don't think so. I don't think Kathleen Zellner does anything by mistake. Certainly not when it comes to using Twitter. We noticed, well, way back when Kathleen Zellner first took on the case, I remember newspaper articles talking about the fact that Kathleen Zellner is very, very shrewd. She uses every card that she's dealt, including the jokers, was how one expert put it. We remember, of course, that the heated phone call between Barb, Steve, and Scott Taddick occurred just after, if you remember, Kathleen Zellner tweeted that she was going to, and I think it was Steve in a letter actually wrote to supporters saying that, you know, that the latest filing has been delayed by a couple of months because he's got something he needs to do. And I just wonder if that was to set up that phone call. It would seem that could likely be the case, that he wanted to set up so that the Barb and Scott had to admit that Bobby lied in the trial, and that he did in fact see. They said it couldn't be Steve because he saw Teresa leave, but of course that was soon changed when it came to talking with Ken Kratz. So as I say, I don't think that this, it says here, our investigation is expanding, familiar faces. I think it's pretty obvious that you know, whoever did murder Teresa or was involved in the murder of Teresa would want to keep an eye on everything, anything that Kathleen Zellner does. And I think that's a kind of like a message to say, you know, we're still on the hunt for you. And let's have a look at the details of this Deirdre Harm case. So, as I say, I think it's a case of wanting to make sure that whoever she's going after, presumably Bobby, to make him realize that yeah, she's been doing other investigations. I've got this one ready to go. Let's pop this one up. Here we go. And in fact, I'll probably not need my photograph. So this was on Reddit 6 months ago by Early Passage 7277. It's Bobby Dassey. Is Bobby Dassey the serial killer who got away with multiple murders after 2005 because of Law and Order's hard on to stop Stephen Avery's lawsuit and depositions from exposing Manitowoc County officials' corruption? So there's Bobby, there's Deirdre Harm. This unidentified male was observed, this one here, was observed speaking to Deirdre Harm at the Finish Line Bar in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin on June 10, 2006. Deirdre Harm has been reported missing, had been reported missing June 11, 2006, after failing to report to her appointment in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, the previous night. Her remains were located in the town of Seneca, Wisconsin on November the 20th, 2006. The unidentified male might be able to provide information to this case. If anyone knows the identity of the male individual, please contact the law enforcement agency listed below. This is a picture, oh, sorry, let's pull that up, of the fact that there was a tribal tattoo on the left arm. Let me see if I can bring this up a bit bigger for you. I've got it as a photograph here. There's Bobby Dassey with his tribal tattoo on his left arm. There's some speculation as to when he had the tattoo. We'd have to look back at footage from Making a Murderer, but as far as I can remember, I think we saw that particular tattoo on his left arm during Making a Murderer. But let me show you something else that's interesting, because I don't know where this, I didn't know where Wisconsin Rapids is. So let's see if we can put some this together for you. There we go. So here we go, Lake Michigan. There's Manitowoc, there's two rivers. There is Wisconsin Rapids. And to give you an idea of distance, I say there's two rivers. Up here is Crivets. Wood County. So we want to just do that again. Let's refresh that page, see what comes up. Wisconsin Rapids. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. So there's Wisconsin Rapids. Let's see. Right. Seneca. Seneca, Wisconsin. Let's come back. Yes, it's quite a distance, isn't it, from Wisconsin Rapids down to Seneca. Let's say there's two rivers up here. There's Crivets. So is it about the same sort of distance? Maybe slightly more, but certainly Manitowoc or two rivers up to Crivets is a trip that the Avery family and Dassey family did regularly. I think most weekends they would go up to Crivets. I think it's about 2 hours. I think it's saying about 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20 to do the trip to Wisconsin Rapids here. And as I say, the Seneca. Down here, let's zoom back out of that again. A little bit more. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, from Manitowoc to Milwaukee, about an hour and a half. That's a tourist driving a car that he's unfamiliar with. So I don't know, maybe Millbilly is able to do it a bit quicker than that. I know Carla Chase would probably be doing about 40 minutes, but I'm only joking, Carla. So yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it? There's a reason why Kathleen Zellner puts out these tweets and then deletes them. And I can't imagine for one reason, for 1 minute, that she was it was a mistake. She's making it clear to, putting the pressure on. And, if she is able to not just solve the problem with Stephen Brendan, but also find the killer of Deirdre Holmes, that would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Anyway, it just re-emphasizes, doesn't it, the suspicion on Bobby Darcy as certainly being involved in this in murder. There's been so much has been looked at with regards to Bobby. The very strange interview that they had with Bobby, Deirdre and the other fella, just to make sure that his story is still stacking up. Just so many suspicious things. One that immediately springs to mind are these scratches on his back, which he said was to do with a puppy. I mean, I get scratches on my arms, but never on my back. But anyway, maybe he's playing with it in a different way. Well, according to Thomas Sawinski, he likes to go out pushing cars around the salvage yard at 2 a.m. without his shirt on. So, or was it Mike Osmondson, his pal? Anyway, I think we've kind of covered all of the sort of Scott Taddick, Bobby Darcy, and Mike Osmondson's importance as being suspects, and they are very, very suspect, all three of them. But obviously we'll go forward and have a look at, I suppose, in equal first place, law enforcement. We'll save that one. Again, I want to get some information out of the Wrecking Crew book and share a little bit of that, which I think is quite telling. Anyway, we'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.